different like retardation issues with the Democrats going on. You've got the people who claim this isn't actually a problem. There's no problem. You don't need to solve anything because it's not happening, which I just showed you. And then you've got people who are like, actually, let me explain to you why requiring a photo ID is somehow racist.
Look, I hear how we have stuff about IO. What I hear is the same racist, misogynistic trash, different decade. Republicans are invoking historical policies intended, let's be clear, to disenfranchise
In what way is it
Americans,
racist?
especially working people, women, students, indigenous people, and
Here we
anyone
go
who can't
with
afford the
this
burdens
woke
of a new
ish.
bill. The Save America Act is yet another Republican attempt to intimidate and
It is
suppress the
logical.
votes of
It is logic.
anyone who threatens their extremist white supremacist agenda.
Here we go. Yeah. Ramirez is bugging all the way.
Ese mismo delicioso sabor de Louisiana que a todos les encanta de nuestro pollo.
Take this in your eyes. Arc Money is backing State Rep Jamie Andrade. Meta's pro-AI super PAC is spending...
The soft bigotry of low expectations.
Yes.
How can you expect
The patronization,
a black person
or a
Hispanic
Latino,
person
or
to know
Asian, or
how to get
whatever.
an ID? Also, I guess they're all
to intimidate and suppress the
It is
votes
crazy,
of anyone,
bro.
anyone who threatens their extremist white supremacist agenda.
the soft bigotry of low expectations. How can you expect a black person or a Hispanic person
The
to
condescension,
know
the
how to get an ID?
infantilization.
Also, I guess they're all they're dirt poor, which you can get it for free. And they can't, like, how do you
I
expect
have
them
all
to
of the
know,
documents,
especially with the
the
Hispanics,
required
who,
documents.
they don't speak English, so they don't even know how to look up where the department.
Yeah, this is crazy.
How
Yeah,
can
I have my real
Also,
ID. I
guess
went
they're
to the
all they're
Real
dirt
ID Super Center in downtown Chicago. I waited in a long line, bro. It took a long time to get the real ID, but I eventually got the real ID, the temporary one at first. The real one had to come in the mail. I waited not too long. The real ID came in the mail. It's arrived at my crib in the mail. The permanent real ID. The permanent real ID arrived in the mail. I was able to pay for it. It wasn't difficult to get the real ID. It wasn't difficult to get the real ID. I also was able to renew my passport. This is my passport. It will expire in August of 2027. So I still have over a year left. This is March. So a year and 5 months left before this thing expires. I plan to go to different countries to new countries. I went to Canada already. I went to the Bahamas, but I've never went to Europe, Asia, Africa, or South America. I have to go to these continents before this passport expires, for sure. I love to travel, to go to different places, to see different things. I really do love to go to different places. It is fun. You learn different things. Bro. It is dope. It is dope. Indubitably so. I was able to pay for this. It wasn't difficult. I have my birth certificates with me, my SS card. I have all of these things with me at the crib. So to say black people don't know how to get an ID or they are unable or they are incapable is crazy. It is insulting. It is insultive all the way to say these things, to manipulate, to trick people, to deceive people, bro. Yo, Kathy Hochul, she was bugging when she said blacks don't know how to use a computer. The Democratic governor of New York, yo, the wokey, Kathy Hochul, yo, she said blacks don't know how to use a computer, bro. If my memory is correct, yes, yeah. Fo Leiden said crazy stuff too. He said, yeah, it is garbage, bro. Rubbish, bunk, rubbish, cod, pig swallop, to say people of color or black people are unable to get an ID to register, whatever. Yeah, it is crazy, bro. It is, yeah. To say blacks don't know how to get to these sites to do what needs to be done is crazy. It is all the way crazy. It is all the way absurd, ridiculous. Stop the BS, yo. Stop treating black people like they are dumb. Woke Democrats in power. Yo, y'all suck. Y'all suck. Yeah. This what you are doing is covert racism, covert bigotry, covert racism, covert bigotry. It is the worst form of racism. Overt is still bad, but at least with the overt, you know what time certain people are on when they say what they say. But the people with the covert racism, they pretend to love you, to care, they care, to have concern, to be for you, but they are really against you. They really hate you. They really detest you. They really hate your guts. F these people, bro. F these wokey people, bro. F these woke people, meant to say not all Democrats, but these woke politicians who pretend to be loving, who pretend to be in support of oppressed groups, of marginalized groups. These people are fake.
How to get an ID. Also, I guess they're dirt poor, which you can get it for free. And they can't, how do you expect them to know, especially with the Hispanics who...
Latinos.
They don't speak English.
Latinas.
So they don't even know how to look up where the Department of Public Safety
is. It is ridiculous, bro.
I don't understand.
It is
how
trash.
It's racist. Me personally, I believe in everyone's ability to understand how to go get a photo ID, which you need for literally anything else. You want to open a bank account, you need a photo ID.
Alcohol. If you are 21 and up, you need a photo ID.
You want to drive in a car, you need a photo ID.
To get into a government,
you need a photo ID. There are almost every instance where you do something very important, you need a photo ID. I don't understand how they're not understanding.
To get into a bar, you need an ID.
You know what? I see a lot of minorities flying.
Yep.
Almost every instance.
Yep. To fly, you need an ID. You can't just board the plane.
You need a photo ID.
You have to be checked first. You have to be vetted first. They have to see. They have to make sure you are not a threat.
I see a lot of minorities flying.
A domestic threat or a terror or a
illegals, they don't actually need
rogue,
ID.
a menace.
Conveniently enough, But the legal citizen,
a bad
they've
person,
all
a person with
managed to get a
evil
photo ID. How did
intentions,
that possibly
murderous
happen if it's
intentions.
racist to
You dummies,
every
you
instance
idiots, you
where
harebrained,
do something
you
very
harebrained
important?
people,
You need a
you
photo
clunks.
ID. You want to drive in a car? You need a photo ID.
Words.
You want a credit card? You need a photo ID. Like,
Yes,
there are
yes.
Almost
Yes.
every instance where you do something very important, you need a photo ID. I don't understand how they're not understanding that this is
They
not
get it.
racist
They get it.
you know
They
what?
just don't
I see a
care.
lot of minorities flying.
Yeah.
How are they doing that? How are they doing that? Now, the illegals, they don't actually need ID, conveniently enough. But the legal citizens, they've all managed to get a photo ID. How
Yep.
did that possibly happen if it's racist to expect those dumb black people to know how to go get a photo ID? Like, it's just so, it's such an insanely, inherently
Nuts.
racist thing to
Yes.
suggest.
Yes.
It's almost unbelievable. Now, I want to play Scott Jennings, who is...
Yeah,
I
Scott.
was just
He
telling my
he
producer
cooked.
earlier,
He
I'm like,
cooked. He cooked. What is her name? The black chick that was on CNN. I forgot her name. Is it Alicia? Alicia something. I forgot. Or is it Alicia? Yeah. They might show. They might show it. Sorry, they might show it in this video. But yeah, Scott, he cooked, bro. No cap. I'm not a fan of Scott's anymore. He's a puppet of Trump's. He's an Israel simp. He glazes Israel. He glazes Trump. He told Trump to finish the job in Gaza. You know, he's wild, but when he makes sense, he makes sense. When he makes sense, I give him credit. I don't say everything he says is garbage just because I don't like him anymore. If he cooks, he cooks. It is what it is. If he goes in, he goes in. If he says great things, he says great things. It is what it is, yo. Yeah, albeit I don't like Scott anymore, he was right when he said what he said pertaining to this topic. Word.
Get ready to go full vacay mode with Famous Footwear this season. Find the latest styles and trends from the brands you love, like Nike, Brooks, Birkenstock, Jordan, and more. Shop your local Famous Footwear or famous.com.
Wait, if you were locked up at any Illinois juvenile detention center, such as Cook County...
Skip this ad. Horseshoe Gang. Bars.
sit there next to it's almost unbelievable. Now I want to play Scott Jennings, who is, I was just telling my producer
Bot
earlier, I'm
Jennings,
like,
but
Scott
when he
Jennings
cooks, he cooks.
has
I
the
do
coolest
give him
job.
credit.
Like, he just gets to sit there
Where credit is
next
due.
to the dummies that they put on CNN and just like listen. Just
I
take it
do
all
give
in.
credit
And
when
then just so
I do
easily
give
be like,
credit where
I'm just
credit
gonna poke
is due.
holes in everything you just said because you're so ridiculously idiotic. You can't seem to understand.
Moronic.
That
Imbecilic.
is easily disproven. And here's some of that.
What voting rights is he taking away from black voters?
Oh, if we look at the payback, that's exactly what we're talking about. That is actually going to continue to disenfranchise overwhelmingly a lot of people.
Please.
Is he taking away from black
Please.
voters?
Oh, if we look at the payback, that's exactly what we're talking about. That is actually going to continue to disenfranchise overwhelmingly a lot of people of color. There are so many civil rights
He's asking
organizations that have run
a
for
valid
ballot.
question.
If we look at the way that it is going to
He repeatedly
disenfranchise
asks.
black voters, it's
She
the same
doesn't
reason why
answer.
Jim Crow
She
Jim
keeps
Crow
doing
also.
this
But they
BS,
said,
bro.
we want to
You
continue.
haven't said how yet.
She
will
keeps
talk about
dodging, evading.
disenfranchise
She's
black voters. It's the
weaselly.
same reason why Chuck Schumer called it Jim Crow 2.0.
So-
It's the same.
Cap. Jim Crow 2.0, please give me a break. Miss me with the nonsense.
Civil rights organizations that have run the data. If we look at the way that
is easily disproven, and here's some of that.
Refutable.
Is he taking away from black voters?
Oh, if we look at the Save Act, that's exactly what
Scott, he's looking at her like she is
You just said because you're so ridiculously
stupid.
idiotic, you can't seem to understand that this is easily disproven. And here's some of that.
What voting rights is he taking away from black voters?
Oh, if we look at the Save Act, that's exactly
Nah,
what we're talking
nah,
about.
stop.
That's actually going to
Nah.
continue to disenfranchise
Nah.
overwhelmingly a lot of people of
Nah.
color.
Nah.
There are so many civil rights organizations that have run the data. If we look at the
She
way
tries
it
to,
is going
she
to
attempts
disenfranchise
to
black voters,
speak
it's the
for
same
all
reason
people
why
of a
Consumer
certain
Fraud
race.
Act
It is
2.0.
crazy,
So
bro.
it's the same president. If we want to
You haven't said
continue,
how yet.
I am talking about it. It is going to
She
disenfranchise
attempts
black voters. It's
to
the same
speak
reason why
for
Consumer
all
Fraud
blacks.
Jim Crow
It is
2.0.
crazy.
It's the same president. If we want
The
to
ego,
continue
the arrogance,
I am
the
talking
hubris,
about it. It's the way that you're putting new poll
the
taxes on
delusion
this when you're making
is
people
crazy.
That's what we can call them
Super
now.
crazy.
It's kind of
Psychosis
idiot,
parts
right?
nerd.
You wanna
Bars.
say that people have to prove
Stop.
it's going to disenfranchise black voters. It's the same reason why Chuck Schumer called it Jim Crow 2.0.
Cuck Schumer.
It's the many civil rights organizations that have run the data. If we
Muck
look at the way
Schumer.
that it is going to disenfranchise black voters. It's the same reason why Chuck Schumer called it Jim Crow 2.0.
So-
It's the same president. If we want to
You haven't said
continue,
how yet.
I am
Word.
talking about it. It's the way that you're putting new poll taxes on this when you're making people have. That's what we can call them now. It's kind of an idiom, right? If you want to say that people have to prove that they are citizens, that they have to prove with a voter ID.
Yep.
The reality
Logical.
is you're layering what is a constitutional right for the American people and making it harder for people to vote in this country, and it's going to disenfranchise
What?
black voters.
What?
Concern you that you're making all these claims? You've yet
Words.
to lay out how it's hurting anyone, but 76% of black voters think we should show an ID to vote.
Words.
80% of Hispanic
He's
voters,
cooking.
83% of the American
He's
people.
cooking.
Are you saying that black voters
The
are too young to know what's good for them?
Yes, this is what
Yes,
she's
actually,
saying.
I guess
Yes.
that is what she's saying.
But
I mean,
she
I saw
wanted
my own
to
two
say
eyeballs
no.
when I went.
It isn't what she's saying, but that is a crock of ish, yo. That is a crock
Yes,
of
actually, I guess
ish.
that is what she's saying. I mean, I saw with my own two eyeballs
Word.
when I went several years ago into Michigan, and I was like in Detroit, and I
The
was
D,
interviewing
the
people,
Motor
many
City.
of whom were black, and I asked them if they thought that we should have to have a photo ID in order to vote, and they were all like, "Yes, yeah, I do."
No brainer.
Yes, I do.
Easy.
Yes, I do. I think the only person who said no, or at least was like refused to participate, was this dumb liberal white woman who demanded to know.
Of
who
course,
I
of
was with,
course,
what
of course. It
organization
is.
have to have a photo ID in order to vote, and they were
Yeah,
all like,
the
yes,
white savior
yeah,
is
I do, of course. Yes, I do.
one of the most
Yes, I do.
insufferable
I think the only
types.
person who said no, or at
The
least
white
was, like,
savior.
refused to participate, was this dumb liberal white woman who demanded to know who I was with, what organization I was with, before she answered. And then it was like, "Oh, I'm not talking to you because you're a conservative."
Crazy.
Other than that, everyone else, I mean, they were.
She probably claims to be tolerant. She probably claimed to be tolerant of different views. But when it came to Sarah, she wasn't tolerant. She is a hypocrite. The woke white lib she met. It is garbage.
Who demanded to know who I was with, what organization I was with, before she answered. And then it was like, "Oh, I'm not talking to you because you're a conservative."
Crazy.
Other than that, everyone
Bigoted.
else, I mean, they were
Bigoted.
overwhelmingly, like every single
Hateful.
black person that I talked to looked at me as if I was dumb to even suggest otherwise. They're like, duh. Of course we need photo ID to vote. I got to use it for everything else. Why not that? We're literally electing the people to run our entire country of course we should be making sure and validating
Yes,
that
vetting.
you are who you say you are
Yes.
before you cast
It
the
is
vote.
logical.
Duh. Now, it wasn't just me. Ami Horowitz, he was on the show a long time ago. He
Yeah, we
actually.
yeah, it's here. If y'all like what y'all hear, like, comment, share, sub, do all of that. I would appreciate the engagement and the support to the max. I really would appreciate the engagement and support to the max. Yeah, let's blow this up. Let's get my channel to 10K, 20K, 30K, 40K, 50K, 60K, 70K, 80K, 90K, 100K,